Hello and welcome to a Time special presentation. Join us every week for Thirukkural with the Times, where we explore real-world lessons from the classic Tamil text Thirukkural with motivational speaker, author and diversity champion Bharathi Baskar as she explores the masterpiece. How the poet talks about rain, the blessing from above.
The third canto of the Kural, the Book of Love, has a sensual thread that fuses love and life. A lover who has sunk his soul into the infinite ecstasy of his beloved's persona saw her feet. He was astounded by how soft her feet were. So soft that if she stepped on a fragile flower or the feather of a swan, she might feel that her feet was lacerated by a thorny spine. Anichamum, Annaththin Thooviyum, Maadhar Adikku Nerunji Pazham. This means the tender petals of the soft flower of Anicham and the gentle feather of the swan are like a thorn in the flesh for this lady's tender feet. Thiruvalluvar mentions the flower of Anichamum and the fruit of Nerunji here. Anichamum is the scarlet pimpernel plant, the flower of which has a typical 5-petal structure, bright red or blue color, and is extremely soft, so petite that if someone smells the flower, it may actually wither and wane. Nerunji, popularly called the devil's weed, is a thorny plant full of spines. As I read this couplet, I was reminded of the poem The Feet, written by Pablo Neruda. When I cannot look at your face, I look at your feet. I know that they support you and your sweet weight rises above them. I love your feet because they wandered over the earth through the wind and the water until they brought you to me. Across the world of poetry, men have praised the feet of their beloved women. When I was young, I was little skeptical about the lavish similes and parables woven by the poets. Was her face really like the glittering moon? Did her hair possess a natural scent? Did her eyebrow really look like a bow? Was her feet that tender that even soft things could be like a bristle? Why do poets have to push their imagination to this exaggeration? It took me years to understand that in eternal love, there is never an exaggeration. It is what he or she felt about the person who is so dear to their soul. When my mother was ailing, she became extremely weak and vulnerable. Anything and everything could cause immense pain and discomfort to her. Even the softest of the towels, a slight wrinkle in her bedsheet, the spoon's blunt edge, the thermometer put under her tongue, or even a comb that was used to put her hair to order, everything could be a huge disturbance for her. She found everything very, very painful. One evening, when her discomfort was so high that she could not sleep at all, I saw that my father pulled a chair and sat next to her bed. He asked me to switch off the light so that my mother could get some sleep. As I switched off the light and walked out of the room, I saw that my father was holding and patting my mother's left foot. My mother's feet were dry and nerves were bulging. Her skin was not glittering but very, very dull. My father was holding her feet like he was holding something very sacred. He then called out to me and asked me to bring a softer pillow for her feet. The pillow is already a very soft pillow, Appa, I started saying, but I stopped myself. Nothing is soft enough for him to give her the much needed comfort. I walked out of the room unable to hide my tears. They had celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary a while ago. Maybe it was his way of telling her that he cared, that he loved. He came out of the room after some time and told us that she had gone to sleep. After a few months, my mother passed away. As I think about that day, I am reminded of the lover portrayed by Valluvar, the one who said that his lady love's feet is softer than a petal or a feather. Maybe that lover was not a young lad. Maybe his beloved was not young either. Maybe Valluvar wrote this couplet about my parents.